house-made chocolate ganache, and it's topped with a house-spun bourbon ice cream.
Bourbon ice cream.
Bourbon ice cream.
Oh wow! What a nice way to supplement the bourbon into pie, huh?
Yeah, you can't get enough bourbon sometimes.
And
so.
beautifully shaped. I don't know if that was deliberate or not, but this just in a beautiful, almost egg shape or elliptical shape.
Yeah.
Instead of just a normal spooned around, when it really just, I think it just really caps literally the pie with regard to the presentation. It's just a really beautiful thing. And then having your chocolate done in the dots along the side, running along the side, really a masterful look to it. And this next one, I'm going to call it Napoleon, because I call anything that stacks a Napoleon, but I know it's not. So let's take a look at this beauty and tell us what Joanna has done for us here.
It actually, we call it a Napoleon. Napoleon is just anything stacked.
Right.
So it's our version of a dessert Napoleon, and so we decided to try and find some local different ingredients to use again that most people don't feature on their dessert menu, and this is Creole cream cheese. It's the kind of the featured ingredient. So we take
again a
Creole
throwback.
Cream cheese and
you
make a
don't
little
make
mousse
that
out of it.
huh?
No, we do not make our own cream cheese. It's that's a little hard.
I know you're really going on a limb there.
As many things as I can make there, we cannot. We don't have enough space to make our own. It's very small kitchens. We can't make our own.
Right, okay.
But it's on the bottom is a nice citrus creme anglaise, vanilla and orange creme anglaise on the bottom.
All right, beautiful.
And then the little cookie-looking things are they are hazelnut twirls. The hazelnut's nice, really.
Oh, what a wonderful flavor!
It's great, and we'd say a nice little sugary twirl adds a little crispy crunch between it, and then layered in between all of those is house-made orange mint marmalade. So we make our own marmalade.
Your own marmalade.
We make our own marmalade in house.
Wow! I can't wait till you go. Now I can't wait till you go into the brunch. Because that's my favorite at brunch time. Like an English muffin, especially homemade. That's gonna be absolutely fabulous. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
that's all right.
That really struck me
with a house-made marmalade. And then we make a mousse out of a little whipped cream, a little pastry cream, and some nice, local Creole cream cheese. Adds a nice, tart flavor.
Of course.
Nice silky smooth and tart, and then has the crunch from those twirls. I think it's a great dessert. Looks great, and it's probably one of my favorite desserts to eat, actually.
And all three of these are standard, or how do y'all do it?
All three of those are standard. They're on the menu right now.
Okay. Is there any other ones that she's doing, routinely?
Right now on the menu, we also have a pecan caramel tort.
Okay.
We make a nice little chocolate dough with a little cocoa powder, a little melted chocolate and butter, and make a dough and kind of make a little tart. And we fill the bottom with pecans, and then house-made caramel on that. And then we top that with, a nice ganache. So it's nice and soft.
Yeah.
And then it comes with a house-made raspberry coulis and a vanilla gelato on top of that.
So that can be asked for, or is that only on certain nights?
It's on the menu right now. It's on the menu right now.
Any other one that you doing with frequency, though?
On the menu, we also have one that's going to end up being a staple and is never going to go away. We're going to try and change it slightly. It's kind of our house specialty. We kind of already got a little reputation for doing this one, but we do fried cupcakes.
Fried cupcakes. We're going to, again, another treat for us tonight, I understand.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about it. So tell us about fried cupcakes.
Fried cupcakes. It's
stand back at that,
When you're in a kitchen and you got your little downtime, when you find something to do, you find stuff to fry. That's kind of what we do. We find stuff to fry. And
throw something in the fryer.
Exactly. And I love throwing things in the fryer. And one day she was like, "Oh, what happens if we had some cupcakes laying around?" I said, "Well, what happens if you fry a cupcake?" And I said, "It'll explode." And she goes, no, it's not going to explode.
Well, does she coat them with anything? Or is it just...
So I was like, but the icing's going to melt, and it's not going to work.
It's going to be a mess.
And I'm like, I'm going to have to clean the fryer. And she's like, no, watch this. We'll make it work. So we coat it in a little buttermilk and flour and cornstarch.
Okay.
And it makes a nice little crispy crunch on the outside. It holds in it apparently holds in the frosting, and it makes the cake nice and moist and delicious. So it's nice. It's a vanilla cake with little sprinkles in it. If everybody's fun, because everybody loves sprinkle cakes.
Right.
And then with a standard cream cheese icing, and we make those in house, and then we just fry them up to order, and they come out nice and warm in the inside, and the frosting becomes like a sauce.
Wow. Yeah, but I thought you had mentioned there were like different sauces.
And it comes with 3 dipping sauces.
Yeah,
now we have.
So in addition to the sauce that's already on it, you have it. And what are those 3 flavors?
It's a chocolate ganache. It's a nice dark, rich chocolate ganache going with the sweet thing. A kind of a tart vanilla creme fraiche. So it's kind of tart with very sweet things, and then a butterscotch sauce, which is kind of just a brown sugar-based caramel sauce for dipping, and that's kind of been one of our.
I bet that's.
Everybody sees it and they go, okay, I gotta try it. Now I gotta try it. So it's one of those things that everybody comes in for. And it's like, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna like it. And everybody seems to love it. And
obviously that's going to be a signature dessert.
Not going anywhere. We're gonna change the cake a little bit, the dipping sauce.
Well, sure.
We're gonna switch next.
Always room to modify, but that really is great because I mean that alone, just the idea. I mean, again, it seems hard to understand. You could fry it, but
yeah, I didn't think so. And I fought a lot of stuff in my life, and I was shocked when she got it to work.
And I think here's again one of those situations where I think a normal chef would have tried as opposed to a baker.
Right, I'd have blown it
might not have worked.
It would have been all over the fryer, and I would have never had that dessert on the menu. So you got it. You cannot knock her for such a great.
Now let's talk a little bit about beverages because you've got that beautiful. I mean, even though it's small, it's a beautiful bar in the front as you first come in the entrance to the foyer. That fronts the beautiful fireplace separating the dining room from the front room, and fully stocked. Let's go over some of the things. I mean, obviously, any type of cocktail you can provide, or
most cocktails we can provide. There's a few things we don't have because space is limited.
Exactly, but I mean, you're keeping up with some of the at least the basics, if not the flu stuff. That
a little more of the basics, more of the Sazerac, more of the old fashioned. That's the kind of people
Again,
crowd we
I
have
think that goes hand in hand with what you've shown us today in food wise. Right. Now, what about wine? Of course, that's such a staple today.
Well, we do have a nice wine list, but before that, about alcohol, we do have a nice bourbon list. It's one of those things that I've grown an affinity towards really nice bourbons. So I mean, we have about 13 or 14 bourbons on the list.
Wow.
Right now. Yeah, so it's one of our different things that kind of keep. So I love the bourbon list, so I decided to put them on the menu, and it's gone over pretty well, and people seem to like it.
Well,
so we have a nice specialty bourbon list if people like a different type of bourbon than their regular.
Excellent. Especially with your bourbon flavored desserts and all, so you're just getting hand in hand.
Really well.
Now, what about the wines? And
our wine list is our philosophy on the wine list is let's just do something different. I don't want to have a lot of things on my wine list that you could go into any grocery store and purchase. So I kind of get some off the beaten path stuff that's very, very good. Have a very affordable wine list. A lot of our wines are very affordable. I don't do the standard 3 or 3.5 time markup. I just kind of do, just to make it all work out.
Again, the idea is for most people to try. I mean, although some people come in with a preconceived notion, they got to have that or nothing else. Right. But I think most people today are so open to wine,
especially with wine.
Yeah,
they don't mind.
They're glad to have a different niche at each place as opposed to the same thing everywhere. So I think that certainly runs much more common to this.
My wine purveyors are a local guy. He's a guy I've known since I was a kid. He has his own little wine purveyor shop, so I do most of my business with him. So he's local, and it just kind of keeps everything a little different, a little bit fresh, a little bit, keeps you on your feet. And we kind of going to change the menu. We print our dinner menus, our dessert menus, our wine lists daily if we have to. If we want to change something, if something's gone out of stock, or we get something new that's great that comes in. Something with our sorbets, we kind of do a sorbet of the day, whatever I can get, whatever's really nice and fresh. We make a sorbet out of it. We just recently ran a coconut basil. This time we got a white peach. Wow. So we got a rotating for the people who want a lighter dessert and stuff like that.
Okay, folks, let's capsulize one more time because we only got a few minutes here for our musician to close us out. As we said, we thank again Ray Gruetzke for coming and introducing this wonderful new restaurant to us, Route 127 at 127 North Carrollton, in the beautiful little Shotgun. Opened all but Sunday and Monday. Open for dinner only at the present time. As I said, as he grows, hopefully lunch, and certainly perhaps that Sunday brunch might be coming because I think that's a natural right now.
It's coming for sure. It's just a matter of when.
Beautiful food that we've seen. He's got a great partner with regard to the pastry chef, as we've just seen, Joanna Palmer, who's Palmer or Parker? Palmer, good. Make sure I get it right. Who's dishing out some wonderful desserts, as you've seen, not only creative from the looking, but also from the constitution. So he certainly would welcome your visit. As we said, we do recommend reservations because of the size of the place and the popularity of it. And as we've hinted to, I've hinted to today about what I'm having tonight. Once again, our dinner club, the New Deal, is bringing a few diners to his restaurant, and we can squeeze in. We'd love to extend the invitation usually to our to our viewers, but this time, folks, unfortunately, it's a packed house. Unless you want to come much after we do. The website, as you see, is on there, though. If you want to see anything about the New Deal or the TV show, but specifically the New Deal, you can see the 25, 30 restaurants we've done in our only 1 year history. A lot, and again, our mission is to put the restaurants that we have or have had or will have on the show as part of our dining club, so the people can actually taste what they see here on TV. I don't want to belabor you too much, so unfortunately we have a lovely preset menu, including the cupcakes on dessert, and including, I forgot what the other thing I hinted to that.
They had the gumbo. We're going to have the gumbo tonight, and we're going to have the fried cupcakes, choices of entrees, and the iceberg salad.
Iceberg salad, so it's really nice. Okay, folks, once again, thanks. Next week, we've got another new restaurant just opened, shorter than this one. Can you believe that? I think it's in its third week this week, second or third week. That's called Mia's Balcony, named after the owner's daughter. That's so sweet. On St. Charles, that is really a beautiful. There was really two restaurants that were combined. Beautiful two-story home that's been re-renovated and put a magnificent deck on the front, so for Mardi Gras, and the balconies, really great. Upstairs and downstairs dining, small plates and large plates, which is kind of a new fusion. Usually it's one or the other. So watch for us next week for Mia's Balcony. Thanks again to Ray Gruetzke, and let's let Stephen Lanier take us out, and we'll see you at the restaurants.
The song's called Michelle.
Michelle, you've got my heart, and you don't even know the way I feel about you, girl, when you're looking my way. Oh, well, I guess I'll never be brave enough to tell you of the love I have, or it could reach stars above. The seasons keep on changing. With you my heart will be found. Someday I'll probably be leaving. Nowhere I will be bound till I found Michelle. You've got my